So a civil war is broken out in Maga land, and as usual, the corporate media is getting wrong. This is old Texas Paul. Hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. Let's talk about it. Everybody knows that by now that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and the Trump campaign are having a real MAGA problem. All the folks, you're supposed to dance with the one that brought you. They're not doing that. They're trying to take the nuttiest of the nutter balls and kick them to the curb because they're a bunch of racist bigots, and that's hard to sell. But again, the corporate media is really missing the really important part of this, and it goes down to the root of the problem, which is the H-1B visa system. Now, if you don't know what the H-1B visa system is, it's basically designed that if there's a job here in the United States that we can't fill with American citizens, I know, roll your eyes, we can recruit from around the world and have people immigrate here to do those jobs. Problem is, the system's being abused by billionaires. Yeah, you remember the heyday of Silicon Valley where people were becoming millionaires overnight? We're talking about the employees, not the employers. You had companies like Oracle. Larry Ellison's rich enough. He's bought a Hawaiian island. He's doing okay, man. But his employees did real well, too, in the beginning. That doesn't happen anymore. It's every tech company. The original Facebook employees, the original Apple employees, they all did really well because the wealth got shared. Well, the billionaires don't want to do that. There's always a class war going on. And the way that the billionaires figured out to get around sharing the wealth is the H-1B visa system. They bring these employees in and they treat them like crap. Because if you're an H-1B employee and your employer is asking you to do things that no American would put up with, you have to do it. Because if they fire you, they can withdraw your H-1B status or challenge it. And you've got 60 days to get another job. The problem is, once you've been fired from an employer and you're utilizing the H-1B system, you get blackballed. No other employer you go to is going to hire you because they know they fired you because you wouldn't comply. So they abuse the hell out of these employees like crazy. And that's what's being missed in all this is, again, the billionaires are the bad guys. They're always the bad guys. It doesn't matter which subject you pick. School vouchers. It's the billionaires funding these school voucher boondoggles that just break local school systems, rob them of funding because billionaires don't want to pay those taxes. And they want a nice extra little tax break, which is what school vouchers are. It's just a tax rebate for the wealthy people. You poor people can't use them. You can't. You don't have enough money and there isn't enough space in these private schools, not one that you'd want your kid to go to. Water's another one. Billionaires are out there buying up water rights like crazy. They're going to control your access to water. They call it the new oil. Housing. Everybody, they spent a fortune in this last election trying to convince everyone that the reason housing is so expensive is those pesky immigrants. No, immigrants aren't in your housing market. No. It's billionaires that had a bunch of capital. They wanted to work for them. So they went out and bought houses. They bought real estate. That's why housing is so expensive. It's not immigrants. It's the investor class. Everything. They're always the bad guy. Inflation. Yeah, we had inflation after COVID. We had inflation due to bird flu with eggs. The price of eggs thing that was so big. 2 turns out that they were jacking prices way more than what the market would have normally done. It was just gouging. Again, the billionaires are always the bad guy. They're in a class war against you. They're coming after your Social Security. They don't want to pay that tax. There's already a cap that prevents them from paying most of their income. I mean, you pay all of your income. You're taxed on all your income for Social Security. Not Johnny Got Rocks. No, it's just a small fraction of his income. Because there's a cap on how much income can be taxed for Social Security. But then they turn around and they charge you federal taxes on your Social Security that you already paid taxes for to create in the first place. That happened under Reagan. Again, pandering to the billionaires to create room for another tax cut for billionaires. It's a class war. It is. They are coming at you. You have to get in this war. Folks, I love you. This is old Texas Paul. Again, I hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. But you need to get in this class war. Stop believing this government is bad stuff. The only thing that can fight these billionaires is government. It's the only entity strong enough. In this last election, the billionaires shot their shot. They're going to try to shred our government so they can never oppose them again. That's what the root of this right-wing Maga drama. You got the bigots that want every brown person deported. And you want billionaires that want to abuse the H-1B system to their own advantage. And they're fighting it out. Meanwhile, we decent people are just saying, look, immigrants aren't a bad thing. The people coming in on the H-1B system aren't the bad guys here. The system itself really isn't, if used properly, isn't bad. We just want to fix the system. But no, the billionaires don't want the system fixed. They like it broken because they could abuse it. This old Texas Paul out. Love you folks. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.